Hey everyone, George Flickinger from WSET ABC 13. I'm recording this video for you on Wednesday, January the 21st. As you probably know, there is going to be a big winter storm coming up this weekend, so it's pretty obvious that we've issued a weather alert day for both days of the weekend. The precipitation is going to start Saturday p.m. This is most likely going to be either late in the afternoon, near or just after sunset. So we're good as far as any travel plans, anything outdoors Saturday morning, though it is going to be very cold in the teens. Precipitation begins as snow. Then it is going to change to sleet and then freezing rain. So this will be, in that sense, it'll be a classic winter storm. The heaviest of this wintry precip is going to be on Sunday. So I'm imagining that on Sunday, if you're in Southside, Central Virginia, you're going to look out your window first thing when we wake up and you're going to see snow on the ground. But the problem is that it's going to be changing over to sleet and freezing rain after that. And the freezing rain, that is the number one thing which causes power outages. And unfortunately, there is the potential for icing and significant icing, meaning a major ice storm out of this in Virginia, especially for Southside Virginia. That would be on Sunday. As far as the travel outlook, I'm giving you the green light. You're good for Saturday morning. The yellow means to use caution on Saturday. The roads will gradually get worse after sunset. Again, every single one of us, whether you're in Central Virginia, Southwest Virginia toward Roanoke or Danville or South Boston, Southside, all the precip is going to start off as snow. And then I'm putting the red light up for both Sunday and Monday, as both days the roads are going to stink, particularly the county roads. They are going to be very slippery, very icy. We're dry on Monday, as in the sun is shining and we're not getting any more precip. However, the temperatures are going to stay below freezing all day Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be absolutely frigid. The sun will be out, but we're really not warming up, and so there is really not going to be any significant melting occurring on Monday. So lots of closures coming up for Virginia and the Carolinas. And so I'm imagining there will be a bunch of schools closed next week on Monday. Some schools will be closed the entire week for next week. If you have the ABC 13 weather app on your phone, then you got a notification of a winter storm watch being issued. This is a bit unusual that the winter storm watch was issued 3 days before it gets here. Normally it's 1 day or two. This early watch indicates the high amount of confidence in that, yes, there is going to be a winter storm, and this one's going to be big time. This is going to be significant. When you look at the watches, all these purplish colors, notice how the weather system actually extends back into New Mexico. So it's going to form here in Texas and Oklahoma, and then you can just follow the trail of counties as it moves east and gradually northeast into Virginia. We will eventually see far eastern Virginia, Hampton Roads, Richmond, also up toward D.C. Those counties will also be placed under a winter storm watch as we get closer to it. This, however, is my main concern. My forecast, I'm forecasting more freezing rain and sleet compared to the National Weather Service. I'm sure they're going to make adjustments in their forecast because as I'm recording this, they're forecasting 8 to 14 inches of snow for Central Virginia. Yes, there will be some big snow totals. However, this pinkish color, this is freezing rain and sleet. You start getting into these pink colors and there could be a lot of ice on the power lines and trees. And if you think about it, so the precip starts off as snow, then sleet and freezing rain. This would be freezing rain, which is coating the trees, which already will contain an amount of snow. And so that is just going to weigh down. That's going to press the limbs down further. And this is a recipe, unfortunately, for an awful ice storm to occur, and this would be into the Carolinas. The question mark, how far north is this going to extend? Central Virginia, Roanoke and the Lynchburg area, we are going to be on the edge of the heaviest snow, but I would say particularly south side, and this certainly includes Pittsylvania County, Martinsville, all the counties touching the North Carolina border. And you can see this extending down into North Carolina into Greensboro. Widespread icing and power outages highly likely. As far as the timing of this, for the rest of Wednesday and into Thursday, we're dry. There's nothing out there to track. we are good. But now let me take you into Friday and Saturday. So the official start time of the winter storm watch is Saturday morning at 7 a.m. But as a reminder, we're going to be okay Saturday morning. It's not going to be until late Saturday that we're going to see this wintry weather moving toward Virginia. As you can see, this is moving to the east and northeast. Every inch of Tennessee will be experiencing a major winter storm. And then on Sunday, this purple color that you see around Raleigh and Durham, that is the freezing rain. How far north does it creep? Because the further north it goes, the more freezing rain, and also how long are we going to have snow before it does start to change over to the sleet and freezing rain? That's also going to impact the amounts. So coming up on Thursday, I will do my hand-drawn snow map where I highlight every county in Virginia and show you how much snow I'm expecting. If I was drawing it today, 3 days away, I would have 1 to 3 inch snow totals for a good chunk of South Side, 5 to 10 for Roanoke and Lynchburg, and then you start making your way toward Nelson County and Charlottesville, 10-inch totals plus. So this means that across our entire viewing area, you could have totals, snow totals from say 1 to 10 to 15 over what, a 75-mile swath. The heaviest snow is going to be across northern Virginia, and that's a part of the forecast that is not going to change right through here, northern Virginia. So Harrisonburg, Winchester, D.C., Charlottesville, north of Charlottesville, that is where we are going to see. Fredericksburg is also included. That's where the highest snowfall totals, as there will be a swath of 10 to 15 inch totals. So what I'm going to be watching, where does the low go? Because heaviest snow falls 100 to 200 miles north of the low. If the center of the low does move even farther to the north, that is bad news for much of Virginia, because that would mean more freezing rain and, unfortunately, a worse ice storm. I'm George Flickinger, and hopefully this information, this weather briefing, will help you prepare. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the ABC 13 YouTube page so that you can watch more videos from ABC 13.